Peppa Pig, George's balloon. Peppa and George are driving home with Granny and Grandpa Pig when they see Miss Rabbit's ice cream stall. "Let's stop for ice cream," says Granny Pig. "Why not?" says Grandpa Pig. "I think we deserve it." Peppa, Granny, and Grandpa Pig choose their ice cream. George is next. "Dinosaur! Roar!" says George. "I think George wants a dinosaur balloon," says Miss Rabbit. "All right, how much is it?" Grandpa Pig says. £10, please," says Miss Rabbit. Grandpa Pig thinks the balloon is a bit expensive, but he buys it for George. "Hold on tight to it," Miss Rabbit says. But George lets go and the balloon starts to float away. Grandpa Pig quickly grabs the string. "This is very valuable, George. I will hold it on the way home," says Grandpa Pig. Outside Granny and Grandpa Pig's house, George plays with his balloon. "George," says Peppa, "this is an up balloon, and if you let it go again, it will go up to the moon." "Moon!" cries George, and he lets the balloon go. The balloon goes up and up, but Grandpa Pig catches it just in time. Peppa and George have gone indoors to keep the balloon safe. "Hello, Polly," says Peppa. "George has got a new balloon." "Squawk!" cries Polly. "Balloon!" Both Polly and George love the balloon. "Oh no!" George cries, letting go of the balloon. The balloon floats all the way out the door, up the stairs, and into the attic. "Don't worry, it's safe in here," says Peppa. "Don't worry," says Granny Pig as they follow the balloon up the ladder. The only way out of the attic is the window, and the window is always shut. But the window is not shut. The balloon escapes outside. "Your balloon is going to the moon, George," says Peppa. "Ha!" cries George. Just then Daddy Pig arrives to take them home. "Oh dear," says Daddy Pig. "There must be some way we can get the balloon back," cries Guinea Pig. "Squawk! Balloon!" says Polly Parrot. Polly flies high up into the sky and catches the balloon string in her beak. "Polly to the rescue!" cries Grandpa Pig. Polly Parrot has saved the day. "Hooray!" George cheers. "Who is a clever Polly?" says Granny Pig. "Who is a clever Polly?" repeats Polly Parrot. "George, don't let go of your balloon again," says Peppa. Daddy Pig has an idea. "I will tie the balloon to your wrist, George," he says. "That will stop it floating away." George is very happy. He loves his balloon. Everyone loves George's balloon. Peppa Pig, George and the Noisy Baby. Peppa and George's family are having a sleepover at Cousin Chloe's house. Mummy Pig and Daddy Pig are looking forward to an early night. They have had a long journey. "Hello," cries Cousin Chloe. "Hello," shouts Auntie Pig. "Hello," booms Uncle Pig. Everyone makes a lot of noise in Cousin Chloe's house. They are a very noisy family. "First, we will put baby Alexander to bed," says Auntie Pig. "This is his bedroom." Auntie Pig turns up baby Alexander's musical mobile. Alexander likes noise. She explains it sends him to sleep. Peppa and George are staying in Cousin Chloe's bedroom. They are very excited. Night, night, snorts Peppa. Soon everyone is tucked up in their beds asleep. Wow! Baby Alexander is awake. Everyone is awake. Uncle Pig tries vacuuming. Vroom, vroom. Auntie Pig tries playing the trumpet. Noise is the best way to get baby Alexander to sleep, she says. Daddy Pig has a quieter idea to try. When George was a baby, we used to put him in his pram and wheel him round the house, he says. That always sent him to sleep. Daddy Pig pushes baby Alexander in his pram. He only has to go around the house 50 times. Good, he puffs at last. Baby Alexander is asleep. Daddy Pig and baby Alexander are ready to come inside. Auntie Pig switches the alarm back on. George, cries Daddy Pig. What are you doing up? Yawn, yawns George. Noisy. Daddy Pig takes George and baby Alexander back up to bed. He is about to turn the light off when, wah! Uh-oh, gasps George. Baby Alexander is awake again. It is very noisy. Daddy Pig decides to drive baby Alexander around in the car. Don't forget to turn off the alarm, shouts Auntie Pig. Daddy Pig forgets to turn off the alarm. The noisy house wakes everyone up. Miss Rabbit zooms across in a rescue helicopter. Is everyone all right down there? Yells Miss Rabbit. Yes, thank you, bellows Uncle Pig. The alarm has worked. Baby Alexander is fast asleep. And it's all down to my noisy daddy, giggles Peppa. Peppa Pig, the children's fate. Peppa and her friends are at playgroup. Mr. Bull is checking the school roof. Moo! Shouts Mr. Bull. Who put this roof on for you? You did, Mr. Bull, says Madame Gazelle. Mr. Bull nods. Lovely job. It will last you a lifetime. Madame Gazelle takes Mr. Bull inside. She points to the ceiling. It is leaking water. Look, she says, it is going drip, drip. You need a new roof, says Mr. Bull. Where are we going to get the money for a new school roof? Asks Madame Gazelle. The children have a good idea. They decide to put on a school fete to get the money for the new school roof. It is the day of the children's fete. Danny Dog is in charge of the microphone. Hello, grown-ups, he says. Get your money out for the new school roof. Emily Elephant is in charge of the bric-a-brac stall. Roll up, she calls, all sorts of bits and bobs. Says Mr. Fox. This all looks very interesting. Mr. Fox is always looking for bric-a-brac. Balloons, shouts Pedro Pony. Lovely balloons. May I have a red one? Says Madame Gazelle. How much money have you got? Asks Pedro. Madame Gazelle tips all of the coins out of her purse. Clink. Susie Sheep is in charge of the face painting stall. Can I be a mountain leopard, please? Says Miss Rabbit. No, says Susie, I can only do fruit. Okay, says Miss Rabbit. Can I be a plum? Decides Susie. Mr. Bull comes to visit Peppa. He has got a green face. I am an apple, he booms. Would you like to try the lucky dip? Asks Peppa. Everyone is a winner. Mr. Bull drops a coin into Peppa's tin. Mr. Bull reaches into the lucky dip barrel. He pulls out a dolly. Can I have a go? Asks Mrs. Cat. Mrs. Cat wins a toy digger. Oh, gasps Peppa. Do you want to swap? Mr. Bull and Mrs. Cat do not want to swap. They are pleased with their lucky dip prizes. Freddy Fox calls all the grown-ups. It is time for the mummies and daddies race. Everybody has to get into a sack and jump across the field. On your marks, get set, go, shouts Freddy. The mummies and daddies have lots of fun jumping in sacks. At the end, Madame Gazelle has an important announcement to make. We have raised enough money to buy a new school roof. She cries, again. Peppa Pig Sports Day. Today is school sports day. Peppa and her friends are all here. The first event is running. The children have to run as fast as they can. Ready, steady, go, says Madame Gazelle. Susie and Peppa are chatting about who can run the fastest. Rebecca Rabbit is in the lead. Peppa and Susie are right at the back. Rebecca Rabbit wins the race. Hooray! Everyone cheers. Peppa and Susie are last. It's not the winning that matters, Daddy Pig reminds them, but the taking part. The next event is the long jump, says Madame Gazelle. George and Richard Rabbit have to run and then jump as far as they can. Whoever jumps the furthest is the winner. Ready, steady, go! Oh dear, Richard Rabbit has jumped further than George. Hooray! Shout all his friends. George is not happy. Remember, George, says Peppa, it's not the winning that matters, but the taking part. The next race is the relay. Daddy Pig is in the lead. He hands the baton to Peppa. Thank you, Daddy, you did very well. Now it's my turn to, begins Peppa. Stop talking and run, snorts Daddy Pig. Emily Elephant is the winner. Everyone cheers. Hooray! Peppa comes last. She is not feeling happy. It's the last event of the day, the tug of war. Boys against girls. The girls will win, snorts Peppa. Hoof! No, they won't, says Danny. Everyone is pulling so hard the rope breaks. The result is a draw. Both teams win, says Madame Gazelle. Everybody cheers. Hooray! I love school sports day, snorts Peppa, especially when I win a prize.